There is a silent signal your body sends every single day, a message so fundamental that it can reveal the hidden state of your deepest internal organs. Yet, most people ignore it. They literally flush it away without a second thought. This isn't about a minor stomach ache or something you ate last night. We're talking about a direct communication from your liver, your gallbladder, your pancreas, the core engines of your health. There are specific colors and shapes that health professionals consider to be profound red flags, acting as an early warning system for processes that may be going wrong deep within you. Millions of people see these signs in the privacy of their own bathroom and have no idea they are looking at a critical alert. They dismiss it, they forget it, and in doing so, they miss a crucial opportunity to listen to what their body is desperately trying to tell them. The great tragedy is that we are culturally conditioned to look away. From a young age, we are taught that this natural bodily process is something to be hidden, something shameful or insignificant, a topic to be avoided at all costs. This deeply ingrained taboo has created a dangerous blind spot in our self-awareness. It prevents us from seeing the most honest and unfiltered daily report on our internal health. Think of it as a quality control check from your body's complex internal factory. When a critical piece of machinery begins to fail, the final product is the first thing to show a defect. Ignoring these signs is like seeing a flashing red light on your car's dashboard and choosing to cover it with tape, hoping the problem will simply disappear on its own. It won't. It will only grow silently in the dark. But what if you could learn to read that report? What if you could finally understand the language your body has been speaking to you your entire life? This is not about creating anxiety or encouraging self-diagnosis. It is about replacing fear with knowledge and empowerment. It's about developing the simple 10-second habit of observation, not to judge, but to understand. Your body uses a clear, visual code to communicate its state of balance. Learning to decipher this code gives you the confidence to know the difference between a minor, temporary fluctuation and a persistent warning sign that warrants a conversation with a qualified professional. You will understand what your body is trying to say. For too long, this vital knowledge has been overlooked, and almost no one was ever taught how to interpret these messages. Until now. In the next few minutes, we will decode 5 of the most important signals your body sends through your stool, the ones that should never be ignored. By the end of this video, you will have the clarity to transform uncertainty into conscious action, becoming a more attentive and responsible guardian of your own well-being. Before we continue, take a moment to write in the comments where you are watching from, and please subscribe to the channel and enable notifications. This community is dedicated to exploring the silent signals of your body that nobody ever takes the time to explain. Let's begin this essential journey of discovery together and learn how to listen to the wisdom that is already within you. To truly understand these signals, we must first dismantle a fundamental misconception. What leaves your body is not simply waste or leftover food. It is a highly complex, carefully manufactured byproduct of one of the most sophisticated systems in the natural world, your digestive tract. Think of this system not as a simple pipe, but as an advanced refinery. Raw materials, the food you eat, enter at one end, and over a journey of many hours, they are processed, filtered, and transformed. Every organ plays a precise role, like a specialized department in this factory. The final product that you see is the Daily Quality Control Report, an incredibly detailed summary of how efficiently every single stage of the production line is operating. Ignoring this report is like a factory manager throwing away the final inspection data without ever looking at it. This internal refinery has 3 critical departments that determine the final output. First, the stomach begins the breakdown process with powerful acids. But the real magic happens next. The liver, your body's master chemist, produces a vital fluid called bile, which is stored in the gallbladder. Bile is essential for digesting fats, but it also contains a pigment called bilirubin, a byproduct of old red blood cells being recycled. It is this bilirubin, after being processed by gut bacteria, that gives stool its characteristic brown color. So, the color you see is not random. It's a direct indicator of your liver's ability to perform one of its most fundamental tasks. It's the signature of a healthy, functioning system, a sign that the refinery's most important department is running smoothly. But what happens when a key ingredient is missing from the production line? Imagine a paint factory where the brown pigment suddenly stops being added to the mix. The final product would come out pale, colorless, and clearly indicate a problem at the source. This is precisely what happens when the flow of bile is obstructed. If a blockage prevents bile from reaching the intestines, the stool loses its primary coloring agent. The result is a pale, clay-colored appearance, a clear visual signal that something is impeding this crucial process. This isn't just about color. It's a message about flow and function, a sign that a critical supply line within your internal factory may be blocked or compromised, and it requires immediate attention. You will understand in a moment how this connects to another vital organ. At the same time, another key player, the pancreas, is working just behind the scenes. This organ releases a powerful cocktail of digestive enzymes into the small intestine. Think of these enzymes as a highly specialized disassembly crew tasked with breaking down fats, proteins, and carbohydrates into molecules small enough for your body to absorb. If the pancreas fails to produce enough of these enzymes, particularly the ones that break down fat, the fat passes through the digestive tract undigested. This leads to stools that are greasy, foul-smelling, and may float, a condition known as steatorrhea. It's the refinery's way of saying the disassembly crew didn't show up for work, and a valuable resource, fat, is being discarded instead of being properly processed and absorbed. After these initial stages of processing, the material moves along the conveyor belt of the intestines. The rhythm and speed of this journey are just as important as the chemical processes. If the conveyor belt moves too quickly, as in cases of diarrhea, there isn't enough time for water and nutrients to be absorbed. The final report is watery and rushed. Conversely, if the belt moves too slowly, as in constipation, too much water is absorbed, making the final product hard, dry, and difficult to pass. A healthy system is defined by a consistent, predictable rhythm. Therefore, a sudden and persistent change in this timing, your personal, normal frequency, is like a sudden halt or acceleration on the factory floor, signaling a potential mechanical or operational issue that needs investigation. So, you see, the final result is never an accident. It is the logical conclusion of a complex, interconnected series of events. The color is a report from the liver. The consistency and oiliness are a report from the pancreas and gallbladder. The shape and frequency are a report from the intestines. Each characteristic is a data point. When all departments of the refinery are working in harmony, the daily report is consistent and unremarkable. But when one department falters, whether it's a blocked duct, an enzyme deficiency, or an inflamed intestinal lining, the evidence will invariably appear in that final output. The body doesn't have secrets. It simply speaks a language of signs and symptoms, and this is its most honest and unfiltered daily communication. Understanding this intricate process reveals the first and most foundational pillar of digestive health, maintaining the operational integrity of the entire system. Like any high-performance refinery, your body's digestive tract requires a constant and adequate supply of a fundamental resource to keep all its machinery running smoothly, to flush its pipes, and to ensure materials move along at the correct pace. This resource is not a complex nutrient or a rare compound. It is the simplest and most essential element for life, one that is often profoundly neglected. We are talking about water. Proper hydration is the baseline requirement for every single step of this process, from the creation of digestive juices to the final formation of a healthy stool. But water alone cannot build a healthy final product. It needs substance, a framework to hold on to. This brings us to the second pillar of digestive wellness, which focuses on the quality of the raw materials entering the refinery. We are talking about fiber. For decades, fiber was misunderstood as simple roughage, an inert substance that just passed through. But modern science, as highlighted by institutions like the Mayo Clinic, reveals it is an active and essential participant in digestive health. Fiber is the unsung hero that gives stool its ideal form and consistency, acting as both a sponge and a broom for your internal pathways. It is the architect of a healthy digestive output, ensuring that what leaves the body does so gently, completely, and on a predictable schedule, providing a clear and consistent daily report. There are two primary types of fiber, and your body needs both to function optimally. Think of soluble fiber, found in foods like oats, apples, and beans, as a delicate sponge. As it travels through your digestive tract, it absorbs water and forms a soft, gel-like substance. This gel slows down digestion just enough to allow for maximum nutrient absorption and, more importantly, it keeps the stool soft and easy to pass. On the other hand, insoluble fiber, found in whole grains, nuts, and vegetables like cauliflower and green beans, acts like a gentle broom. It doesn't dissolve in water, so it adds bulk to the stool and helps sweep the intestinal walls clean, promoting regular, rhythmic bowel movements. A system with enough of both is like a well-managed river. It flows steadily, without blockages or floods. Consider the story of a 65-year-old man who had accepted daily bloating and irregularity as a normal part of aging. His diet wasn't poor, but it lacked fibrous variety. He decided to make a small, simple change, adding a serving of raspberries to his morning oatmeal and a side of steamed broccoli to his evening meal. This small adjustment introduced a powerful combination of soluble and insoluble fiber into his system. Over several weeks, the change was remarkable. The persistent bloating eased, and his body established a comfortable, predictable daily rhythm. He didn't need a restrictive diet or complex plan. He simply provided his internal refinery with the structural materials it had been missing, allowing it to function as it was designed to. Beyond its mechanical role, fiber serves a profound biological purpose. It is the primary food source for the trillions of beneficial bacteria that live in your gut microbiome. Think of this microbiome as a vast, internal garden. When you consume fiber, you are providing the perfect fertilizer for this garden to flourish. These well-fed bacteria, in turn, perform critical jobs for you. They help break down food components your body can't handle, produce essential vitamins, and maintain the integrity of the intestinal lining, which acts as a crucial barrier between your gut and the rest of your body. A diet rich in diverse fibers cultivates a thriving, resilient ecosystem, while a low-fiber diet can lead to a barren internal landscape, compromising the efficiency of the entire digestive process. However, even with the best fuel and hydration, a factory can't run if its machinery is idle. This leads to our next essential practice: regular, gentle movement. The human body was designed to move. Physical activity, even something as simple as a daily walk, is a critical stimulus for your digestive system. It helps to tone the muscles of the abdominal wall and stimulates the natural, wave-like muscular contractions of the intestines called peristalsis. This is the engine that drives the conveyor belt of your digestive tract. When you are sedentary for long periods, this engine can become sluggish, slowing down the transit of waste and leading to constipation and a feeling of heaviness. Consistent movement is the spark that keeps the production line running at its optimal pace. Imagine a 58-year-old woman who transitioned to a remote job and found herself sitting for 8 to 10 hours a day. She soon noticed her digestion felt stuck, and she became reliant on over-the-counter aids. Following a simple piece of advice, she began taking a 20-minute walk after her lunch break each day. It wasn't a strenuous workout, but it was a consistent ritual. This gentle activity served as a powerful signal to her body. The movement helped awaken her dormant intestinal muscles, promoting the natural forward motion of digestion. Within a couple of weeks, she no longer felt the need for external aids. Her body had rediscovered its own rhythm, all because she reintroduced the simple, fundamental element of daily movement into her routine. These pillars, hydration, fiber, and movement, are not independent solutions. They are a synergistic trio that creates the ideal internal environment for digestive health. Water provides the necessary fluid to soften the stool. Fiber provides the bulk, structure, and food for your beneficial gut bacteria. And movement provides the physical momentum to keep everything progressing smoothly through the system. When these three elements are in balance, the digestive refinery operates with remarkable efficiency. This foundation of wellness doesn't just help prevent common discomforts. It ensures that the daily report your body produces is a clear, consistent, and reliable indicator of your internal health, giving you the peace of mind that comes from being in tune with your body's needs. Yet, even with a perfect foundation of hydration, fiber, and movement, many people inadvertently sabotage their own progress. The most common mistake is believing the myth of no pain, no problem. An individual might notice a concerning sign in the bathroom, a strange color, an unusual shape, but because they feel no discomfort, they dismiss it as a one-time fluke. This is a profound misunderstanding of how the body communicates. Pain is often a late-stage signal, an alarm that sounds only when a problem has become significant enough to cause inflammation or pressure. The subtle, visual changes in your daily output are the body's earlier, quieter whispers. They are the smoke before the fire. Ignoring these signs because you don't feel pain is like seeing a crack in a dam and deciding not to report it because the valley below isn't flooded yet. The opportunity for early, simple intervention is lost in that moment of dismissal. Another critical error is the slow, creeping normalization of an unhealthy pattern. What begins as a week of unusual constipation or looseness slowly turns into a month, and before long, the person simply accepts it as their new normal. They might blame it on stress, getting older, or something they ate weeks ago, adapting their life around the discomfort instead of addressing its source. This act of resignation is a dangerous form of self-sabotage. Your body's baseline, the rhythm and appearance that is normal for you, is the most important health metric you have. When that baseline shifts dramatically and persistently for more than a couple of weeks, it is not a new normal. It is a clear, sustained signal that an underlying system is out of balance. The simple correction is to honor your own history. If it's different from how you've been for years, it deserves attention. Perhaps the most pervasive saboteur is the deep-seated cultural taboo that creates a wall of silence. Many people would rather endure persistent discomfort and anxiety than have a conversation they deem embarrassing with a qualified professional. They feel that discussing the specifics of their bowel habits is undignified or trivial. The consequence of this silence is a tragic delay in getting clarity and care. For a health professional, this is not an awkward conversation. It is a critical exchange of data. Your objective observations provide vital clues that they cannot get from any other source. The simple correction is to reframe the act. You are not sharing a personal story. You are reporting objective biological data. An accelerator for this is to write down your observations on a piece of paper before your appointment. This transforms the conversation from a personal confession into a factual report, empowering you with confidence and clarity. To amplify the positive results of the core pillars, there are simple accelerators you can introduce. One of the most effective is to actively support your gut microbiome, the internal garden we spoke of earlier. While fiber provides the fertilizer, you can also add more beneficial seeds through probiotic-rich foods. Incorporating naturally fermented foods like plain yogurt, kefir, kimchi, or sauerkraut introduces diverse strains of beneficial bacteria into your digestive system. These microorganisms are not passive guests. They are active workers in your internal refinery. They help break down food, produce essential vitamins, and reinforce the intestinal barrier. According to research from institutions like Harvard Health, a diverse and thriving microbiome is linked to a more efficient and resilient digestive process. This small addition doesn't require a drastic dietary change, but can significantly boost your internal ecosystem's health. Another powerful accelerator involves not just what you drink, but when you drink it. While staying hydrated throughout the day is fundamental, the timing of your water intake can create a potent ripple effect. A particularly effective habit is to begin each day with a large glass of lukewarm water before consuming anything else. After a night of fasting and cellular repair, your body is naturally in a state of dehydration. This first glass of water acts as a gentle wake-up call for your entire digestive tract. It helps to lubricate the system, soften any waste material from the previous day, and stimulate the natural, wave-like contractions of the intestines known as peristalsis. This simple morning ritual can help establish a predictable and comfortable daily rhythm, setting a positive foundation for your digestion for the rest of the day. Ultimately, the consequences of ignoring these signals and continuing with these common errors extend far beyond the bathroom. When the body's primary elimination system is compromised, it can affect everything from your energy levels and skin clarity to your mood and cognitive function. The persistent bloating, irregularity, and discomfort are not just physical burdens. They are thieves of your vitality and peace of mind. The greatest consequence is the missed opportunity to be an active participant in your own well-being. By learning to listen to these fundamental signals and making small, conscious corrections, you shift from a passive passenger to an empowered driver of your health journey. You replace fear of the unknown with the quiet confidence that comes from understanding your body's unique language, ensuring small imbalances are addressed before they become significant problems. Imagine waking up not with a sense of vague anxiety or heaviness, but with a feeling of lightness and clarity. This is the profound transformation that occurs when you shift from ignoring your body's signals to understanding them. The daily act of observation, once a source of uncertainty, becomes a simple 10-second check-in that brings reassurance. You begin to recognize the subtle rhythm of your own well-being, distinguishing a temporary fluctuation from a persistent message. This newfound literacy in your body's language doesn't create worry, it dissolves it. The fear of the unknown is replaced by the quiet confidence of knowing you are an active, attentive guardian of your own health, capable of making informed decisions without panic or delay. The result is a deep sense of inner peace, a feeling of being truly at home in your own body. This clarity ripples out into every aspect of your day. Meals are no longer a source of apprehension, but of nourishment and enjoyment, because you are providing your internal refinery with the high-quality materials it needs. A daily walk becomes more than just exercise. It's a conscious act of supporting your body's natural momentum, a celebration of its intricate design. You find yourself sleeping more soundly, as the physical discomforts that once disrupted your rest begin to fade. Your energy levels feel more stable and sustained throughout the day. This isn't the result of a complex regimen or a restrictive diet, but the simple, cumulative effect of aligning your daily habits with your body's fundamental needs. You are no longer fighting against your system, but working in beautiful, effortless harmony with it. The greatest benefit is the change in your relationship with the healthcare system. You cease to be a passive recipient of advice and become an active partner in your own care. When a genuine warning sign appears, you are able to approach a qualified professional not with a vague, embarrassing story, but with a clear, objective report of your observations. You can articulate the changes in frequency, color, and consistency with precision. This empowers your healthcare provider with the specific data they need to guide you effectively. The conversation is transformed from one of anxiety and shame into a productive, factual exchange. This partnership builds a bridge of trust and ensures that you receive the right support at the right time, turning a moment of concern into an opportunity for proactive care. So, as we conclude our journey, the question now turns to you. What is the one small thing you can begin to change today? Perhaps it is the simple commitment to take that 10-second look, not with judgment, but with gentle curiosity. Maybe it's the decision to place a water bottle on your desk as a constant invitation to hydrate your body. Or it could be the choice to add a handful of vibrant vegetables to your next meal, consciously feeding the vital ecosystem within you. The path to lasting well-being is not built on giant leaps, but on small, consistent steps. The power lies not in a radical overhaul, but in the quiet, daily practice of listening and responding with care. Choose one thing, and let that be your first step toward a deeper connection with your health. Remember that this practice of mindful observation is a cornerstone of a truly preventive approach to wellness. Your body is constantly communicating with you through 100 different signals: the quality of your sleep, the clarity of your skin, your energy levels, and yes, the daily report it leaves for you in the bathroom. By learning to interpret these fundamental messages, you are reclaiming an innate wisdom that has been overlooked for too long. You are building a foundation of self-awareness that will serve you for the rest of your life, allowing you to navigate your health journey with grace, confidence, and a profound sense of autonomy. The ultimate promise, which you have now unlocked, is the freedom that comes from truly understanding and trusting the silent language of your own body. This journey of empowerment is about fostering a partnership with your body, one built on attention, respect, and informed action. It is about transforming a source of cultural taboo into a powerful tool for personal insight and well-being. By embracing these principles of hydration, nutrition, and movement, and by cultivating the simple habit of observation, you are taking a significant step toward a more vibrant and resilient life. You are equipped with the knowledge to care for your internal world with the same diligence you apply to your external one. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not provide medical diagnosis or treatment. For decisions about your health, please consult a qualified healthcare professional.